Hey Shan, how you doing? Can you hear me? Yeah, you early. Can you hear me? Early bird always get the worm. Hey Shan. It's going good. How your day going? Okay, good, good. I said let me go live because I haven't been live in a while. Hey Mama Ray Ray, how you doing? Hey Scorpio, how you doing? Everyone's doing good today? Hey Paige, how you doing? How's everyone doing today? I'm just going to do some hit it and quit it topics. We can talk about it and go from there. I hope everyone's Sunday is going good. Hey Gavin, how you doing? Hi Samurai, hi. How's everyone doing today? Let me look at the chat on my phone so I can see everybody. Yes, Mama Ray Ray, everybody. It's so good seeing everybody. I want to give y'all an update from the last time I went live. I got sick, but I'm all well now. I'm good. I'm better. I'm back at it, ready to go full swing. I'm going to share this real quick. If y'all care, today is National Pizza Day. So those who eat pizza, have at it. Today is National Pizza Day. That's just a little fun fact. But I wanted to check in with y'all, see how y'all doing. Hey Riri, how you doing? How's everyone doing? I just got I'm gonna drop the link. So if anybody want to join me, you can. I want to ask a quick question. Do y'all think that Valentine's Day is just for women? Do you think that a woman, should buy her man a gift for Valentine's Day? Or is it just exclusively, for the man? No, no. And hey Jay, how you doing? You said yes, and the daughter should buy gifts as well. Okay, you see nothing wrong with it going both ways. This question was posed to me, and I was like, well, mostly masculine men, they don't want you to buy them flowers or candy or things like that. Okay, so Paige gets her husband gifts. Okay, so you get some Home Depot gift cards. Okay. Hey, Race Car, how you doing, boo? I'll drop the link, so if anybody want to join me, this is one of the topics that I'm bringing up. Samurai said, personally, I feel that anyone who desires to show an expression of love should do so. Bottom line. Okay, yep. So Scorpio, you will get your daughter's gifts. Do they get you anything? Do your sweetheart get you anything? Okay, so Race Car gets her husband gifts and your daughters. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, Auntie Donna, how you doing? I don't buy flowers, but gifts of things he uses. Okay. So it looks like the chat says that the gifts can go both ways. It don't have to be the traditional flowers and cards. It could be like a gift card, just like Paige said, or a gas card or things like that. Scorpio says, I get my mother too since my father passed away. Yes, yes. I totally agree with that. Just to show an expression of love on that special day since your dad is no longer with us. May he rest in peace. Yeah, so yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think it's like to each his own, whether or not you want to give your significant other a gift or not. I really do. I really do. Yeah, but I think it's to each his own. Cause when I was at work, the maintenance guy he had posed the question to me, and I was like, well, you know, um, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I know, he not gonna want flowers and candies and things like that, but I think men like romantic dinners and days show you they love a massage oils, etc. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think they like things like that as well. Um, like romantic dinners. Maybe you might dress up for him or things like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Mm-hmm. I agree with that as well. Do y'all have I have open chat, so do y'all have anything that y'all really want to talk about? I really don't have a topic today. It's open chat. I wanted to pose that question to y'all about Valentine's Day. I don't have a Valentine's, but I want to see that movie photography. Oh, what's that movie about? Hey Pandy, how you doing? Thank you for joining us today. What is that movie about? I need to go look it up and see what's that about. I haven't. I need to get back in touch with the outside world outside of YouTube and see what's going on. So y'all have anything y'all want to talk about? Because y'all know me, I'll hop off in a minute. I ain't have a chance to like really research and find a topic. Hey, Just Bambi. Hey, boo. How you doing? Ooh. Okay, I'll look up the trailer. In truth, when getting a man a gift, we are a lot more simpler than you all think, especially on occasions like Valentine's Day. Yeah, that is, yeah, that is true. I think, y'all just want, just like Scorpio said, massages. Maybe you might dress up, um, do something simple like that. You may cook a dinner. That's if you don't go out to eat. Kandychelle, have you or some of your other viewers looked into life path numbers and using those type of tools to learn yourself and navigate through it? No, I haven't. I haven't. I have not. I done heard about life path, but I haven't looked into it. Have anybody in the chat um looked up your life path and your number? Wow, that might be something I need to do. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? I heard about it. Okay, learning these things are very vital to navigating your own path in life. Wow. I'm gonna have to look that up when I get off. Yeah, I haven't either. I don't know. I need to look at. I mean, I have to look it up, Riri. The creator of the source left certain tools for us here on this earth to help us navigate. It knew that depending on when we were born, certain vibrations would be in play with these tools. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I haven't heard of it. You have a numerology book. The life path number is the number where you add up the time your date of birth, and it gives you an understanding. Oh, wow. Yeah, let's make that a topic. Yeah, let's learn together. Samurai, you wanna do you have time to come and talk to us about that? Auntie Dom, you scared? You can use these numbers again to understand yourself clearly and to help understand your energy and disposition. Wow. Race car said, I got my husband a gift card to an escape room. I can't oh, you can't wait to see his reaction. Oh wow, that's good. I always wanted to do that. Scorpio said numbers are man-made. We use the 10 number system because of the 10 fingers. I don't have a numerology book, but I studied for so long. You understand the vibrations of numbers and you understand these archetypes, and you will see, oh, wow. Yeah, please do. Please do. So you can explain that to us. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, escape rooms are fun. I said I wanted to do that. I said I want to do that one day. Scorpio said, how do numbers vibrate? I would love to know more about that. Okay, there you go. Let me add him in. Hi, Samurai.
Namaste, what's going on?
I can't. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Because
you
I can't hear you.
I can hear you very clearly. Hello? 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 I don't know what happened. Hello?
Can you hear me now, Shan?
Hello?
Let
I don't know
me.
what up.
Okay. Can y'all hear me, Samurai?
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. I had to unplug the microphone. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Thank you for joining me tonight.
It's my pleasure. I'm honored to be asked.
Thank you so much. I am looking forward to learning more about my life path and how we look up the Kandychelle sounds really distant. Okay, all right, good. I am looking forward to learning more about how to find my life path number. Can you speak more on that?
Well, first of all, you said there was a young lady who spoke about the numbers being man-made. I wanted to address one thing, and I guarantee I'm not being argumentative, but what I want to share is that numbers aren't man-made. Numbers and mathematics are the language of the creator. Everything from music to what you call the golden ratio of things, the fractals, all of those things are from the creator. And the reason we know that mathematics and numbers come from the creator is because those are the only thing that are perfect on this earth. You cannot get the numbers wrong when you do the mathematics. So I
Mm-hmm.
just shared that first and foremost. Uh,
Okay.
but but again, the life path number to me, I believe, is one of those tools that was left here to help us navigate. So we all know about our zodiac sign and things of that nature. What people don't understand about the zodiac is that it does play a part. When you are born, the earth, the sun, and the moon are in certain positions. And because you understand that all of those so-called planetary bodies out there, those are living things that are vibrating and giving off the energy. So depending on where you are, where those positions are when you're born, that's why you're given your sign, because those particular essences of air and water and earth and fire, they're going to play a part in how you develop and how you perceive things on this life. So I just wanted to preface it with that. But the
Mm-hmm.
life but the life path number is a lot deeper than that. This is an actual number that shows how you vibrate, and it can tell you a lot about yourself when you figure this out. So what I would like to do is ask everyone if they want to do it to go ahead and grab pen and paper so that you can do the math for yourself and figure out your own life path number, and then you can begin to research it and see for yourself. And if there are any questions, I answer. But I want at least everyone to know how to do it first, and I guarantee
Yes.
it's
Yes.
going to
Let
be
me get a yes.
a it's going to be a beautiful surprise when people read their life path numbers. It really will be a beautiful surprise.
Yes. Let me get a pencil and piece of paper. If
All right.
anyone else wants to do this exercise, please take a moment and grab pencil and paper, and then we're going to do this together. Thank you so much, Samurai. Let me. Hey, Derek. Hello, Derek. Hello, Janice. Um,
Oh, and by the way, I can't see the chat, so I don't know if there's anything going on. So I'm just reminding you and everyone, if there's anything happening, I'm not ignoring anyone. I just can't see the chat.
yeah, I am. As you talking, I'm reading the chat. Scorpio says, and he's a male. How does the equation equate vibration?
If I understand his question, that's what all of these mathematical formulas are for. They are a physical representation of the energy that each particular object is giving off. Like I said, even your so-called rock is vibration. You have to understand that vibration is a wavelength. So there is light vibration and sound vibration and things of those nature. And when you really look into it, you'll see that there's mathematics behind these things. They were designed in order to be the way that they are. Again, math is the only perfect thing on this planet.
Yeah. So Riri has paper. I have paper. Pencil and paper. I don't know if anyone else has it or not, but we can go ahead and get started.
All right. So the first thing that we want to do on the paper is write out every number of our birthday. So I'll go ahead and use my birthday for example, and I'll speak, and hopefully everyone can go along with me. So my birthday is October 6, 1983. So now what we're going to do is look at all of these numbers. If it helps with the math to make the numbers vertical, then I'm going to write 1 plus 0 plus 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 3. Again, that is October 6, 1983. And I am writing out each number individually of the day, the month, and the year. So when I do my math, 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 9 is 17. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. 5 plus 3 equals 28. I hope I,
Yeah.
I hope,
Scorpio says, what about decimals? Scorpio, I dropped the link if you want to expand on that more. Okay, Samurai.
okay. So I hope everyone is with me with the numbers so far. If you need a calculator, it's fine. Again, you're going to take every individual number of your birthday from the month, the day, and the year, and add all of those numbers up individually to a sum. So for my birthday of 10/6/1983, my sum was 28. Now from 28, you're going to reduce those numbers. Well, you're going to add them together first. So 8 plus 2 equals 10. I'm going to say that again. After you get the total sum of all of your numbers, you're going to take that sum, you're going to add those two numbers together. So again, in my case, the number ended up being 28. Now I take 2 plus 8 and it equals 10. Now, once again, I take that number 10 and what do? 1 plus 0 equals 1. And so my life path number is a number 1.
Oh, so okay, so mine is 0613. And then so I'm gonna add 0 plus 6.
Uh-huh. I mean, just go ahead and add all the numbers so there's no confusion, even though we know it's going to be 6. But yes, literally add all the numbers together. So 0 plus 6 is 6.
And then 1 plus 3 is 4.
Uh-huh.
And then 0 plus 1 is 4. And then 0 plus 9 is 9. And then 0 plus 7 is 7. And then 0 plus 6 is 6. And then so I'm adding 6, the 4, the 4, the 9, the 7, and the 6 together, right?
Yeah, I didn't mean to tell you that you had to add zeros to all the numbers, but what I was saying is 6, that's June, correct?
Yes.
So then you would just take the 6, you could just go 0 plus 6, and then what is the day you were born?
The 13th.
So it'll be 0 plus 6 plus 1 plus 3.
Which will give me 4.
Huh?
So would I add 6 plus 1 plus 3?
Well, let me see if I can get some light on this. Hold on one sec. I hope my screen doesn't cut out. So I am in my home. Let me see if I can. Hopefully this can come out clear. Hold on. So I wrote it 2 ways.
Okay.
Why can't I get this to line up? Do you see how on the one side, there we go. On the one side, I hope that's clear. I have taken all of the numbers and I have written them down individually. So as you see 10, 683, 1. Yeah, so I did that and got eventually to the number 28.
Okay.
Is it clear at all? Is that clear?
Yes. So let me add up all my numbers.
Yeah, just add them up as an individual. And for the most part, it should come out, as a number somewhere. It'll be a 2-digit number. And if it ends up being something solid like, a 30 or something, then 3 plus a 0 will be 3. Things of that nature. Back in the dark as I go.
So mine came up to 36. Is that right?
I don't know. I didn't do the math for you, but I can if you need me to do the math for you. But if everything add up to 36, that sounds about right. You will reduce that number again and then go 6 plus 3, and that'll be 9.
Okay, yeah. So mine is a 9 then.
So yeah, your life path number is a 9. Very interesting.
Okay, Tanera, hold on, let me pull my chat back up so I can tell you everybody's. If I miss your number, put it back in the chat for me again. Tanera is a 3. Paige is a 1. Shin is an 8. Okay. Paige says mine is a 9.
Okay, so what I'll do is just a few people who spoke on it. So
and Riri is 6.
Okay, a 6. So all right. So Paige says that she's the number 1. She shares the life path that I share. What happens with the number 1 is proverbially we are what I call the leaders. So typically we are lone people. We can have sisters and brothers, but typically we are always journeying off on our own. We have to go first and find out for ourselves what's up. We don't really listen to a lot. We don't take a lot of advice. We have already made up our mind what we're going to do, and we're going to always move forward and go check it out first, and then come back and tell everybody. It's just a different thing of going ahead. We're always moving forward. We don't really spend a whole lot of time complacent, especially in our mind and our spirit. We're always thinking how to move forward and which way to go, and then come back and tell other people how to do it. So there's just a simple thing with that number one type of energy. And
Okay. I guess can we go like 1 through 9 because Janice is a 5. Can we do that?
okay, you just want to go through all of them in that order?
Yeah. Can we do that?
Sure, I do that. So let's remember
Just
too.
so no one number is missed.
Okay, no, that's fine. So I want to preface it by saying that the way that I often compare and understand the energy of these numbers is because I have spent a lot of time dealing with the Orishas, which is a African pantheon of gods of Yoruba. But that's besides the point. I use the number system for the archetype. So I always tell people you can listen to what I say, but go and find out for yourself. If this is really interesting to you or something is intrigued, go and get other people information, because my information will be similar, but there's nothing like finding out on your own.
I totally agree. I totally agree with that.
So I did the number one, like I said, the archetype is called the leader. So moving on to number two. Number two represents the great feminine. It does not matter if you're a man, but number two represents the great feminine. One plus one when it was brought together. So number two people typically are a lot more nurturing. Um, we have to be mindful of how we treat them, because they are the nurturers and the mothers of what's going on. They are the companion. They are the ones that represent that other half, not your twin, but that other completed soul. And that's what people fail to realize in relationships. You can't complete someone. What has to happen for it to be beautiful is two complete people have to come together and then share in their completeness. So again, number two represents the feminine, and it represents the softness and the love of the waters and caring.
Okay,
Moving
so
on.
2. Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
So that
I'm
was
just
number 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's number two, the great feminine, the great divine feminine of nurturing and mothering. Though, like I said, those people tend to be very caring. They're good listeners. They have great advice. And sometimes they'll tell your ass off in a loving way, but they're always trying to teach and care for you.
Okay. And Bambi and Paige uh would like for you to repeat number 1 if you would, please.
Okay, the number one life path again is called the leader. So what the leader is typically doing, it typically there are dual purposes. Number one, the leader is considered to be the trendsetter and things of that nature, because typically they're thinking and moving further ahead than most people. And it's not, a negative thing, but number ones are always moving forward. We figure out something after we get an answer and a solution, we're moving on. And if people want to know what we know, we'll share, reach back, but we're always moving forward. We're very protective, very strong willed people. Usually number ones, if they make a stand, there is no change of their mind. They are again very iron willed and disciplined, and just always thinking ahead. A perfect example of a number one is if we were all together and we came to a dark cave. We don't want to go in there, but we got to go first. We got to go see what it is so we can come back and tell y'all what's going on. And again, we continue to move forward on our journey. So that's number
Oh,
one in a nutshell. That's that type of forward, energy, motion. So I
Bambi
did.
said, "Damn, that's me."
So I
Yep.
did again, which is the divine feminine. So going to number three. Number three is a little interesting. Number three is that I think of the Trinity when they think of threes in Christianity, but however, the three is actually a very interesting number when it comes to the crossroad. The original crossroad is three ways to go. And a lot of people who are number threes, it's not a negative, it's just the truth. But a lot of threes are manipulative people. They are good tricksters. They can play the game really, really well. Now, they may sound like a person can be manipulative, right things. I don't
Mm.
just they have that energy to control and see many situations. They often have the greatest advice. They are really good at making money, but number threes have a way of controlling their destiny like I don't see most people. And if any of you are familiar with the African pantheon, or if you understand Eshu or Elego, understand that that is a very, very childlike energy because of curiosity and fascination, but also a very old and wise spirit in the same. So number three people are typically good people, but they should be mindful of themselves as well as others that they have the tendency to control situations.
Wow. So Mama Rary said number threes are tricksters.
But see, once again, we don't want to we want to take words for what they are. We don't want to put our connotation on it and ruin what it can be, because being a trickster isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's positive ways to look at that. When you think about the children or a prankster or things of that nature, some people find these things to be fun. So we have to take the energy for what it is, but it always comes down to the choice of what people choose to do, of course.
Okay, and we have a few people who came in late. Keisha, she would like to know how can she get her life number. So can you tell her that real quick and then we'll move on?
Well, this is what I ask. If there's anyone who remembered the direction, I think it'll be easier to type it out for her, because I don't know if she'll be able to pause the chat. But yes, the simple formula is to take your birthday, every single number in your birthday, divide them into individual numbers, and then add them all together. Once you get that two-digit number that all of those things add together, you take that number and add it to itself again to come up with a final single number. Did I
Okay.
did I say that too fast?
No. I don't if one of the moderators, if y'all could type in the chat like a example for Keisha to follow, and then she can go from there.
Thank you, whoever chooses to do it. I don't know how fast they'll be able to get that. So that's why I'm asking, am I speaking too fast?
No, you're fine.
All right.
Okay, so we did three, so now we're on to four.
Yes, we're on to four. Four represents their first great completion. And what people don't understand about certain levels of completion is that after you get there, you have to destroy in order to rebuild. I'll say this too. There are two types of destructions. The fours and nines are both types of destruction, but we'll talk about the difference later. But four is the type of destruction where you don't necessarily destroy your foundation. You keep your foundation, but you destroy everything on top of it in order to rebuild. And to have this solid foundation to rebuild something brand new. So most fours are very cautious in life. They really take their time. They're balanced people, but if they're not careful, a lot of times trying to overanalyze to balance everything can actually cause them to go into chaos. But fours are really solid people. They have great advice. They are good business people. You do not want to lie to a number four. They will call you out on that crap. Number fours represent a serious form of justice. They desire to do the right thing. They want to see the right thing being done. And again, they are the type they will interject their truth. If they see you messing up, they're not gonna wait for you to run to the brick wall. They're gonna snatch you by your collar, tell you what you need to do, and keep moving forward. So fours again represent that solidarity of constant change as well. They always want to improve themselves, which a lot of times can make them end up being workaholics and things of that nature. But just solid, good people who you can turn to if you need anything, and they'll keep all of your secrets.
Okay, and so that was the number 4.
The number four, yes.
Okay. And,
Do you want me to move on to five, or are there any questions?
yes. Because
So number five,
yeah,
I'm
because
listening.
it looks like we have a mix of numbers in the chat, and I don't want anyone to miss their number.
Okay. Number five, moving. Number five is always closely associated with again the architect or the energy of the Orisha Oshun. A lot of people know her by Mama Wata. She is the goddess of sweet love, honey, money, and absolute beauty. So I'm gonna say it right off the bat. Typically, number fives are they typically fine as hell. They are. They just what they do. And they have this very statuesque, statuesqueness about them. Number fives are very, prideful but humble, and loyalty is very important to them. So your typical number five person would be someone who just gets a lot of attention from people. People often find them fascinating and beautiful. And that can typically piss off a number five because, as good as they look, they need people to understand that they are intelligent, that they have feelings. That's why loyalty is one of the most important things to them. So number fives represent their sweetness and that excitement in life. It's just all about having the sweet time and honestly how important beauty is and love and money. Like I said, fives often find it very, very easy to attract money to themselves. They don't have to do very much. They can just, it can just happen for them. So
Anybody
yeah,
in here number 5? Do we got any fives in the building? Any
five,
fives in the building? Can I
especially
switch my number? Can I?
especially
Oh,
the
Janice is a number 5. Janice is a 5.
ask her how easy is it for her to draw money to her and how kind people naturally are to her.
Janice, is it easy for you to get money? Money is drawn to you. People are naturally nice and kind to you.
So yeah, we'll see. But they just have a way about themselves, and even though it's not intentional or a bad thing, it's just there's a natural sexual energy that they give off, and they just naturally arouse and seduce. And again, not in a negative way, but it's just they just have a natural way of seducing people like you wouldn't believe. There's a story of one of the guys who ran away to the woods. His name was Ogun, and no one could get him to come out. And Oshun simply, she represents the number five too. She simply sashayed her little self over there by Ogun and took some of her magic honey and rubbed it on his lips. And he got up and went back over there with that woman quick as you could say goodbye. It was over.
Dang.
She got it.
Said yes. Janice said yes. Money comes to her easily.
Yeah.
And people are naturally drawn to her. Wow. Yes.
Let her know too that she has the ability, if she chooses to, that she can choose to also rub the energy off on other people. If there's someone who is sincere and who deserves her loyalty and they need a money blessing, she has the power to wield that into existence for him or her.
Good evening, Kimberly. Welcome to the chat. So, Janice, can you will me some of that money? She can hear you. They can hear you. And can you will me some of that money over here?
So I move on to number 6. Number six is often, and I'm not going. I'm just being honest. I'm not going in depth because believe it or not, there are colors and everything that go with these numbers. That enhance certain things. If you truly believe in the esoteric and spiritual world, these things, they matter. But I digress. But moving to number six. Number six is almost like the male version of Oshun. It comes from the energy of the African god Shango. And excuse my language, but this is the truth. Number sixes are very, very confident and straightforward, very good looking people, and they live for the high elf and the low elf. They live to fight and to fuck. That is what they do.
And this is the
They
number.
center of attention. Six. Yeah, this is the six.
Mm,
Sixes have an arrogance, and I want to say this again. When I speak certain things, I don't want people to take it as a negative connotation. Take the word for what it is and learn about it. But number sixes have, confidence to the extreme. They the shit. They know they the shit. Can't nobody tell them any different. It is what they are. But number sixes also stand for justice and protecting children. I guarantee you, if a child or a woman is being harmed in front of a six, especially a six man, that person has a fight on their hands. Sixes have they represent vitality in life, so that's why they always in everybody's face. That's why they want to be the center of attention. They're actually trying to get their energy to rub off because number six is the opposite actually of death. It is the vitality in life. So that's just what they do. They want to have fun. They are going to do what they want to do. You cannot control them. Again, they are the ish. You can't tell them that, but they will do the right thing and they will protect the children and the women. And again, they
and that is
represent. Yeah, this is a six. This is a six. Yes.
so.
Uh,
So basically, sixes are nurturers and they are protectors.
See, that's the thing. I can't. They can be nurturing, but for the most part, being protective doesn't really make them nurturer. On some level, they already want to do the fight anyway. And then number two, just to wait for them to, on some level, be in the forefront. It's like I said, it's not negative. I hope everybody is getting it, but these are just the simple facts. They won't necessarily, nurture you, but they will protect you and have sex with you. It's just that
Mm.
simple. It's just that simple. So again, none of these are bad. They are just what they are. There's positive and negative in everything, and this is where balance is so needed in our lives. So moving on to number seven.
We're on
They
number
represent.
7.
Yeah, well, number seven. Number seven, as most people know, is very simple. The number of God, because it is the one true number that is indivisible. And that's a whole nother story. But number seven represents that that godlike aspect of simple wisdom, true love, true compassion, which is unconditional. Most number sevens are some of the kindest people you will ever meet in your life. They will treat you like gold, whether they know you or not. It is almost innate in them to show compassion to everyone and everything. Don't get it twisted. They're not pushovers like my mom. My mom is a seven. She a goddamn thug. Don't get it twisted. But she is so compassionate. She has the most understanding and compassion that I've ever seen in my life. It's just something special about them. A quick fun fact: most sevens will typically have a number one or a number nine friend in their life to protect them and to make sure that they stay on track. Because one downside is if you can really, really piss off a seven or push a seven beyond a certain point, they will snap, and that same kindness will be returned with the wrath of God. There will be an enemy that you will never, ever be able to get rid of. And so,
Wow. Any sevens in the chat?
so we have to be mindful. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Wow.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Forgive me.
Oh, no. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, so typically what that one or that nine does for their seven is they often fight for them or speak for them, because for the most part, a seven is not going to be argumentative. You have to really say something out of pocket to to get that out of them. But outside of that, it's unfortunate, but I get it. They're going to allow you to treat them almost any way that you want. They kind of get stepped on because their compassion and their love, it gets taken for granted so terribly. People often misuse sevens because of what they'll do and how far they'll go. The best example I can give you of a number seven is that if you ran up to a seven and you stabbed her in her back, she will turn around and look at you. She would pull the knife out of her back and throw it on the ground. And if while you were running away, you got hit by a car, she would come over there and help you after you just stabbed her in the back.
Wow. Mm.
But we have to make sure that we help them and be kind to them and always be able to uplift them, because if they flip, sometimes they cannot come back. And so the Orisha that number seven corresponds to, for the most part, is a Orisha called Yemaya. She is the great mother, the great nurturing. She represents all of the seven seas and the waters of calm and emotion. You know what how the water represents motion. Emotion, excuse me. That is what she is. But on the other hand, she has a flip side that comes from the deepest depths of the ocean and energy called Olokun. And Olokun represents that deepest darkness, the wrath of God, the shit that can come from the abyss and swallow you whole if you take them there.
Kimberly says she's the number seven. Let me scroll back up to Kimberly. This is an example. So it looks like you did it right if you came up with a single digit number.
It's possible to come up with a single digit if especially if your birthday has a lot of ones in it. It's very possible to do that.
Okay. So Kimberly, I put up the example that Bambi put in the chat. That's an example of how to come up with your number. Okay, so we're moving on to 8.
Yeah, we move on to 8. Number 8, very, very interesting number. First and foremost, the 8 is the infinity sign turned sideways. The 8 is the infinity sign turned sideways. So 8 represents eternity as well as complete and total balance. It represents divination, the true divine. How you do. I don't know, some people in here do divination or anything of that nature, but 8 is the perfect number of all balance and divination. So 8 is represented by the Orisha Orunmila, which that's what he did. He was the great diviner. It was his job to be able to read the numbers and the signs and to divine what should be going on with you and with everyone else. So your number 8 is typically just wise beyond wise. They just know stuff that, why do you know that, sir? Why do you know that, ma'am? How do you know that? They are naturally seers. They are typically able to look at a situation or a person and read them. And they're able to do it without a whole lot of judgment. And also 8 represents the other Orisha, Obatala. Obatala is the father of us all. So 8s, they are typically going to have pretty good character. They are often, be an old soul who doesn't seek to have a whole lot of conflict. They want everyone to be all right. Very interesting fun fact, most 8s are drug free. Most 8s don't drink alcohol. Most 8s don't do any type of drugs or things of that nature. There was a time when the father of us all, Obatala, was making the children, and he had a drink that night, and when he woke up the next morning, one of the children was, ill-formed or disfigured or dismayed. And that represents the mistake that the father made on that one evening of drinking, how some of the children come out. It's trying to show a correspondence of how, yes, even the creator made some sort of mistake. Because the Orisha are really personable. But anyway, most eights are just going to be loving. They're going to have all the advice in the world for you, and they are going to stand by your side. But they are going to go upside your head about doing the right thing. They don't care. They are going to preach doing the right thing to you all the time.
Shan said, now I drink, but I don't have any more. Do I do it often?
Wait a minute. She said, okay, I'm sorry. It was breaking. She said she drinks, but something. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Shan said, now I drink, but I don't have to, nor do I do it often. So I guess drink alcohol.
Well, but see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't want it to be compared to what the story was. That is the reason why that particular eight didn't do it. And it's not said that eights, can't do it, or even that they shouldn't do it. It's just that from what I've noticed, all the eights that I know, they typically don't. But if they do, that is not a bad thing. But I'm almost sure with the balance that's in Shen's life, I guarantee it is under control. There is no over drinking or doing anything responsible if she does have a drink. I guarantee it.
So basically everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation. But there's a beautiful conservatism about eights, though, that most people don't have. They truly have a discipline about themselves, because balance and the great divine calls upon them to be clear, to be able to read these signs and divine for other people. I'm almost sure Shen can dissect a person with her. The minute that she sees them, she knows what's going on. When she hears their voice, it's easy for her to be able to see things, for lack of better words, in the future. She can foresee, things quite clearly, I'm sure.
She said everything you said is true.
Okay, well, there we go. All right. Are we going to move to 9 or? Huh?
Yeah, 9. Yes, that's me. I'm a 9.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Now I'm a
Okay.
9.
Oh,
Any more
Lord.
9s?
Let me first and foremost, say, if I ever make you mad, let's talk about it, okay, Kandychelle? Do not annihilate me, all right? Cause it's there. Y'all can do that. Y'all can wipe motherfuckers off the earth if y'all choose to, with y'all mind and y'all mouth if y'all want to. Jesus Christ. All right.
And you know what? Right before you get started, and a few of my moderators know, and I mean, I told them, I said I could be sweet like candy, but I could be shell worse than hell. Ever piss me? I stay on the sweet side.
You do. However, but I can actually tell, from you and your demeanor, that you are one of the, because let me say this. Let me first of all say this. All the numbers are what they are, but once you grow and understand these things grow with you. So yes, there is a ravenous storm of Jesus Christ knows what that you can release, but because of where you are now, you choose not to. And it's easy for you to choose not to, but if someone took you there, it very simply exists. But the 9, the correlation to the Orisha is Oya. Oya translates into the word the terror. Tearer, to tear, to break apart, to rip, the terror. Oya governs the storms, all the storms, the tornadoes, the hurricane, the gale force winds, all of those destructive forces. She governs lightning as well. The patron Orisha of death, who sits at the cemetery and guards the gates of the cemetery. So when I say don't play with her, it's like just don't. Uh, but there is a beauty about Oya because of how loyal she is. So number nine is first and foremost a thing about them. Do not betray a number nine. That is the first thing that'll get your ass whooped. Don't betray them because their loyalty is serious.
Yeah,
Um,
Riri a 9 too.
oh boy. Yeah, so don't betray a nine's trust. These are very, very loyal and protective people. If a nine
Mm-hmm.
cares for you, I guarantee you, if you bother her friend, she's gonna jump in front of her friend to get in your ass first. So watch that nine. Very again protective and loyal, but there's an aspect about number nine that is beautiful that most people don't see. Number nine represents the total destruction of everything. It destroys what was, it also destroys the foundation of what was. It is completely destroying everything. Why? So that you can completely start over. Completely start over, building you a brand new foundation of substance, building a brand new frame, and filling it up with brand new things, brand new experiences from lessons learned.
Mm. This is so true about me. I am very
Yeah,
overprotective.
and you're able to, and if something happened to you a certain way, you could on some level lose it all, but however, you would find a way to bounce back and literally be better than what you were.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So nines are really resilient. And again, there another thing about number nine is that they do share the beauty essence, just like the fives and the sixes. Number nines are typically really physically attractive people, and they also have an
Mm-hmm.
aspect of they, because of the storm that is in them. Nines typically just always have a fire in their belly, and they're able to manipulate and control situations for the most part as they choose and will. It just depends on if they choose to manipulate a situation negatively or if they choose to manipulate a situation positively. But nines have a lot of power though. But loyalty
Mm.
and protection, that's what y'all do.
And Kimberly wanted to know, are the numbers correlated to the zodiac signs as well? So she wants to
Uh
know, are they correlated to the zodiac signs?
they oh man, that is a good question, but it's going to be difficult to answer. And it depends on how much time you have. I try to make it short. If we use the original 10-month calendar, they would be a little bit more closer to the signs. But now, the only correlation on this Gregorian system, the only correlation now is that some of the energies play a part. Like if you're a Scorpio, but also happens to be a life path number seven, those energies will play on you together. But a direct correlation, no, no.
So Kimberly, did you hear that? Well, you can expand on it, go as far as you want to go.
Well, I guess the only thing I'm thinking about is they want the original calendar only had 10 months. There was never this 12 thing. So in correspondence to how the zodiac would be initially, it would be a couple of them that would be in the cusp, but with those signs, they correlated to those months on that old system. As you know, there are 13 signs in all, but all of those energies were able to connect within those 10 months. So if we were on that system, that would be a little bit closer connection. But I mean, so it's like I said, it would be a bunch of rambling that really won't be worth going down because at the end of the day, the way that it is now, that it doesn't correlate like that. It just it
Okay.
certain numbers will pull on your astrological energy a little bit harder. Like me being a Libra and also being a number one, that pulls my number one energy a lot further because I'm always desiring balance. But as I'm balancing myself, I am still moving forward. I am correcting myself as I go. So I can't really sit still and analyze stuff like the typical Libra would do. So it pulls on that one and makes me have to do things on the fly. So that's what I'm saying. Certain energies will pull, well, certain numbers will pull on the astrological energy if they are connected, but there's no direct, thingamajig, no connection like that.
Okay, and race car says, how about the number 10?
There is no number 10. 1 plus 0
Is
equals
one.
1. So that would be a life path number 1. That's what mine equal to. I ended up at the final, ended up being 10, and then 1 plus 0 is 1. But like the brother said earlier, going back way earlier, um, I understand where he got the information about the 10 toes, number system. But in truth, when you look at it, no matter how many zeros, commas, decimals, or whatever numbers you add, there are literally only 10 numbers, and that is 0 through 9. Every number that we've ever seen all go back to being, those single digits just multiplied or divided or added or subtracted.
Okay,
So
Mama
just a
Ray
little
Ray,
nerd.
he said that there is no number 10. You're just gonna take the 1 plus 0 and equals 1. So you will be a number 1.
Now, you know what? I was going to see if anybody asked these questions, but there's also three other numbers that I didn't talk about. So if everybody still has their math in front of them, I wanted to see if anybody will pick up on it. But I haven't. I don't. You haven't asked me about it, so I assume that they haven't. But there are three master numbers. Again, there are three master numbers. If your sum ended up being 22 or 33, what is it? 22. Yeah, yeah. This is yeah. If your
Oh no,
numbers ended up being, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, there are three master numbers. If your number ended up being an 11, a 22, or a 33, you do not reduce those numbers. If they literally come out to 11 and comes out 222 and also 233, you do not reduce those numbers. 11, 22, and 33 are master numbers.
Paige says that her husband is 11, so he is a
So
master number.
yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about the 11s. Now, the 11s and things of that nature don't correspond, and also that answers his other brother's questions about, I'm sorry, I think that was Sister, forgive me, but who asked about
It
how
was
the
a
numbers.
gentleman.
Okay, yeah, that's how the numbers correlate. As you see, with the numerology system alone, 11, 22, and 33 stand out. So that gives you what, 13 different numbers, even though there's just 10 of them. But I hope that makes a clear connection with him. So, but yeah, 11s are very interesting. 11s tend to be very spiritual people. Most of them are so spiritual that you kind of have to pull them back to the ground because they could lose their humanity moving toward the spirit. But the 11 represents the gateway in archetype. And people who are 11s have to be really careful because they are typically very spiritually sensitive. And if they don't have any control over how these energies work, unfortunately, powerful energies could use them as a conduit to show itself or to manifest or to use him to do something. Conduits are people who easily receive the spirit, either here that are on the corporeal world or the atmospheric spirits. These people are conduits, and they are. It's easy for them to be able to channel, energies and things of that nature. So conduits just have to be careful because if they're not strong enough, an energy can take them and use their vessel. But they're typically very evenly keeled people. You'll often catch them with their heads in the cloud, and like intelligent conversation is like key to them.
Mm, wow, this has been very interesting. I think I'm gonna take my number and I'm gonna look further into it. And
Please do that. I want everyone to do that. I only gave an example, but when I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just gotta say, if you research for yourself, I'm telling you, these things will take you beyond. Because, well, I guess I hope everyone doesn't forget that the whole premise of this topic of the life path number was so that you can find out more about you. Everything that we'll eventually talk about here, to always go back to being you, so that you can be your own final judge and your own final arbiter. You need to know what's going on in your life. You need to understand yourself, understand why you respond and act certain ways, to get to know you better, so you can control yourself better and think better. So again, this is just a tool to give you information about yourself, to help you navigate. Because when you research in other places, it'll tell you some troubles that each of those individual numbers have. It'll tell you some strengths. If you really research, you will find information on things like jobs and other occupations and whatever else that typically go good with these people. And when they face certain situations, how they'll act and respond. The information is there. And of course, I'm always here to talk to you too.
yes, yes. This has been very interesting. It has been very informative. Thank you so much. I mean, it gave me a tool to look further into why do I do certain things that I do? Why does certain things trigger me? Like what jobs are supposed to be aligned in, be doing and things like that. Uh, Mukbang said, can you talk about destiny numbers before you leave the panel?
Can I talk about what before I leave the panel?
Destiny, I think I yeah.
Yeah. Hello?
Yes. Can you talk about destiny numbers?
Yes. Can, numbers? Hello?
Yes. That's what somebody that's what Mukbang asked. Okay. I think he got kicked off. I don't know. Destiny. I don't know. Y'all know I can't. And look, I dropped the link so he can come back in. Hopefully he'll see it. This was so good. I'm definitely gonna look more into my number. I'm gonna see if he's gonna come back before we wrap everything up. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Okay, he's back.
Hello?
Okay. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I don't know what happened. Someone called me with my crappy service. I don't know. It just took my phone. It's old too. It just took it a while to come back up. So my apologies. I didn't know what had happened myself.
Okay. I think. Well, I know I was pronouncing the
You
word
said,
wrong, but it's spelled
yeah,
Destiny.
destiny numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be honest with you. I actually don't know anything about that. So my personal challenge to whoever asked that question, I charge the young lady or the young man to go and research these things and come back and teach us.
Mm.
Yeah,
Um.
I'm not familiar. You're not.
Let's see. Pull it up. Is how to come up with your destiny number by adding the value of the letters in your name. I don't have enough about it to speak on it. So I guess you're gonna add like like your numbers of your name, the value, the letters of your
Oh,
name.
okay. So it's going. So it's going to go into gematria. Okay. I'm sure that'll be very very revealing. I'm sure it will be. Wow. Okay. I want to say one more thing, and then if there's questions or whatever, 'cause I don't want to take up a whole lot of time. But if everyone still has their pen and paper and they are really interested in learning about themselves, I want everyone to write down what I'm about to say, and again, go and research just for yourself. There's a test that I will like this test. That if you take it, if you really be honest and answer everything, truthfully with yourself. Again, no one has to know your truth but you. But if you can answer the questions on this test, this will be another serious tool looking into yourself that will give you yourself. So if everyone still has their pen and paper, I want you to write down to go and take the Briggs Myers 16 personality trait test. The my MEYER 16 personality trait test. And what this test does is it asks you a lot of, some critical questions, a lot of questions you won't even have a specific answer for, but be honest with yourself and choose as close. And you can find one free on Google, the Briggs Myers, 16 personality trait test. But again, you answer these questions, and it is going to give you a four alphabet like sequence that speaks about things with you and within yourself. The example is after I took my test, I turned out to be an INTJ. The I stands for intuitive, the N stands for introvert, the T stands for thinking, and the J stands for judging, and the hyphenated A on the end stands for assertive. So again, there are 16 different combinations that a person can take, and it explains a lot about your disposition. Like I don't know if people know, but I'm an extreme introvert, the original sage hermit. I'm always by myself. I don't have any friends. So from the choices that I made, it was able to speak about me being, an introvert. It speaks about, like the process of how you think about things. Like, do you feel things? Do you think about things? Certain things of that nature. Do you judge? Do are you are you thinking? So it is very profound. So I'll stop the rumble, and I'll end it there. Back to my host.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm definitely going to take that personality test, and I'm definitely going to look more into my number and see, more, look more into myself and see more about me. But this has been very interesting. I thank you so much for joining in. Please feel free to join me again. I would love to know more. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping this up. I would like to thank Samurai. I would like to thank everyone for joining me today. Like I always say, you could be anywhere on YouTube, but you decide to swing past my live streaming and hang out with me. I count that as an honor and a blessing. I really do appreciate each and every one. Thank you so much, Samurai, for sharing your knowledge with us. I really do appreciate it.
No, it is my honor to even be asked to do so. It is a privilege to be able to share, and it is a privilege to be on such a great platform. I appreciate you. The honor is all mine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hello, Green Pastures. We're getting ready to wrap things up and end this live stream. I am looking forward to hearing more about everyone's number and what they found out about themselves. I put the link in there so you can take the personality test if you would like to do that as well. I will be taking that too. But like I said, I thank everyone for joining me today. I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Like I always say, life is short. Make it sweet. Mwah. Have a wonderful evening.